Hi, I want to start with something simple. If you have started multiple business ideas over the last few years and right now you are thinking about another one, but deep down you're tired, this is for you. Not because you're lazy or you lack talent, it is because there is a pattern happening and most of us don't notice it while we are inside it. Let me tell you something honestly. From 2020 onwards, I kept starting things. I began with pencil portraits. I genuinely loved drawing. When someone ordered a portrait, I felt proud. It meant something, but the orders weren't consistent. So I told myself, maybe this is too traditional. I need to modernize. So I bought a tablet. I shifted to digital art and spent hours learning software, watching tutorials, practicing. Again, a little response. A few people appreciated it, but it wasn't exploding. So my mind moved again. Maybe digital products are smarter, maybe print on demand, maybe podcasting, maybe YouTube. Every new idea felt like a breakthrough. Every new start felt productive. But here's what I didn't admit to myself back then. I wasn't building, I was switching, and there's a big difference. When you start something new, it feels powerful. New logo, new content style, ideas written in a notebook. It gives you energy, but staying is a different kind of energy. It requires patience and doesn't feel exciting. It feels slow and uncertain. And that's where most of us quietly walk away. Let me ask you something. When you stopped your last idea, did it completely fail? Or did it just move slower than you expected? Be honest, because in my case, nothing fully crashed. It didn't grow fast enough to impress me, and that disappointed. Version of me decided maybe this isn't the right thing, but truth, it wasn't the wrong idea. We have the silent belief that if something is meant for us, it should grow quickly. If it's good, people should instantly respond, and your brain starts whispering, "See, this isn't working." So instead of improving what exists, you search for something new. I used to tell myself I was multi passionate, and maybe you tell yourself the same. I just have many interests. I don't want to limit myself. I like exploring. And yes, having multiple interests is normal, but constantly abandoning something halfway through isn't exploration. Repeating the same thing daily is uncomfortable. Looking at your weak spots and fixing them instead of escaping them, very uncomfortable. So we escape. There are few core reasons why this keeps happening. First, you never define who you are building for. When I was selling portraits, I didn't decide who exactly I was serving. Was it couples, birthday gifts, pet lovers, students? I posted generally. When you message is general, it doesn't hit anyone deeply. People don't buy vague things, they buy things that feel specific to them. And if you don't know who you are speaking to, your content becomes scattered. Second, you build before you validate. You design logos, you think about packaging, you imagine future growth, but you never test whether someone is actually willing to pay. Validation feels scary because it can reject you, and rejection feels personal. So instead of asking the market directly, we hide behind the preparation. Preparation feels productive, but without testing, it's just a delay. Third, you underestimate time. You give something 20 days, maybe 30, and when it doesn't transform your life, you label it as a failed attempt. But businesses are not viral reels. They are systems, and systems need reputations to stabilize. The first month is confusing, the second month is refining, the third month is where patterns begin to show. Most people never reach the third month because they are already mentally preparing the next idea. And here's the biggest one: you keep an exit door open when there is always a backup plan in your mind. If this doesn't work, I'll try something else. That sentence feels safe, but it also weakens your commitment. Because when things get hard, and they will, you already have an escape route, so you can use it. And every time you do, you restart as a beginner again and again and again. At some point, I had to ask myself something uncomfortable. Was I actually unlucky, or was I just unwilling to stay long enough? The question changed everything because I realized something: nothing compounds if you keep resetting the timer. Skill doesn't grow, audience doesn't grow, confidence doesn't grow. Everything stays at a beginner level. And being a beginner repeatedly is exhausting. So I made a decision. Pick one direction, commit for 90 days, no switching, no new ideas. If something feels off, improve it. If engagement drops, study it. If sales are low, adjust the offer, but do not abandon. 90 days, that's it. Because real clarity comes from doing something long enough to understand it deeply. So, here's what I want you to do after this video. Don't open a new tab searching for another idea. Instead, write down the one thing that you have been circling around, the one that keeps coming back, and ask yourself, am I willing to commit to this for 90 days without an exit plan? If the answer is yes, then stay. Stop restarting, start staying. That's where growth begins. Subscribe to Create with Kriba for more real life business lessons like these. Bye.